Hi, I'm here to talk to you guys today about what to do if there is some damage to a piece of artwork that you come across. And this, I'm sure, is not the only thing you can do, but it's something I decided to do. And so let me kind of give you a little bit of a backstory. I purchased in a lot of artwork a print that was in this giant frame. I was not buying the lot for that, so it just happened to be in there. But it had a framed print of this lovely piece of artwork right here. Now, the problem was, and I really like it, this is called Morning Terrace. Yeah. And it's a numbered print. It's very nice. It was nice matting and everything, but it has a giant hole in it right here. And I was just going to throw it away and use the frame for something else. I have uses for the frame, but I liked it so much, and so I'm going to show this to you guys. It's just such a nice, fun, warm, comforting piece of artwork. So I thought about it and I decided that I was going to try to do something with it. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, how to do that, and some things that you can do. This is obviously a print, so it's on this kind of cardstock. Canvas would be different, but I'm sure that we could come up with something. So I'm going to get some things out and show you what I am going to do. Okay, so what I had thought about doing was cutting out this section with the table setting and putting it in a different frame. I have several frames that I've accumulated, and they've just been sitting around, and I really like the frame. I'm going to show you that now. I have it buried under all of the glass, and this wrought iron frame, I really like it. Obviously, there's no back on it. I have the back over here. But I thought I will cut that out and just right there, like that. But then I thought, I really like these other scenes. And so I considered other ideas. And so the hole is kind of in the center. So I thought, well, can I get another frame in this section? And so what I plan on doing is cutting this right here, and then cutting out the building here, and then using a frame that has a mat on it to do this top portion here, and just frame it like that. So I'm going to show you how I would do this. Now, you could use some chalk. Like I have a bunch of chalk. I had thought about doing that, and just take some chalk and outline it where the glass is so that you can easily cut it out with a pair of scissors. But I have this handy X-Acto set, so I'm actually going to use that carefully to cut it out, and I'm just going to use the glass that's in the frame to trace around. And then that way, if I need to trim it, I can, but it should fit. And I'm going to be using this, which is what I use for cutting fabric as well. But I just don't want to cut through onto my table. So I'm going to stop this here, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I've kind of angled this down a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. I don't know if you can actually see me, but here we go. All right, great. Well, you can see half of me. But I have this piece of chalk, and I'm just going to outline right where those holes are, just so I can see it. They're kind of hard to see because of how colorful this print is. And now I have this sitting on the back, on this mat, and I'm going to take the first piece of glass carefully because these edges of glass are very sharp and very flimsy. This is one of them. It's so thin, it's almost, well, it's just dangerous, so be careful with it. You don't want to, you want to put, oh, we have a thunderstorm here right now, so if you hear some thunder, that's what's going on. So I'm going to lay it where I want it to go. There we go. I'm going to lay it where I want it to go, and I'm just going to look to see where that piece of chalk is. And I want to kind of get the flowers centered. So the nice thing about using the glass is you can see exactly what's going to be shown. And then that way you can, instead of using the back of the frame, which is here. So I could do that, but then I can't really see what I'm cutting out. And you could do that if you were using a ruler and whatnot to cut that out. But I want to make sure that it's nice and level with the edge, but I don't want to have any white left either. Okay. Okay, I think I've gotten it centered the way I want it to, and I really wanted the flower on the table to be in the center, kind of, but I can't actually do that because of where the hole's at, but that's okay. So I'm just going to carefully trace. This is a very sharp X-Acto knife. You might not be able to do that with all the cutters out there. I've had different brands and different ones along the way, and not all of them are as effective. I had one that kept, the blade kept coming loose. It was a different brand than this one. So just be careful with that. And I'm trying to save as much of the picture as I can. So I'm trying really hard not to cause any more damage than is necessary. Okay, so this is kind of thick paper. I'm going to move that off. I'm just going to try to carefully remove that. So it's going to take me a minute just because I want to make sure that I don't snag any of the areas. So just when you do, as you can see, it's kind of scored right here. I'm going to actually go back over it very gently and make sure, because if you try to just pull this, you're going to tear it, and then you're not going to be able to use it. So I'm going to just pause this now. Okay, so I finished that one, and I was just really careful to try to cut it as neatly as I could, and I went ahead and put it in the frame. I'm going to clean the frame, however, and the glass, because I had my fingerprints all over it, but I wanted to show you what that one is going to look like. Sorry, you got my reflection there. And I think it works really well there. So what I'm going to do is the same process for the rest of the pieces. This is the other frame. The other two frames look a little bit like this. It's not exactly the same frame, but it has the same colors, and that makes me happy. So I think we'll still keep that same feel. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end. But again, be careful when you're cutting. This is the glass for either of those. So I'm going to do the next one right here, but then this piece over here, and I'll tilt you down a little bit, it's too narrow to go straight into this frame. So the mat that came with it is I'm just gonna tape it onto that and then stick that one in the other frame. So that then when I position it on the wall, I can position them in the same geographic area, with the first picture being here and then the next one here and the other one across the top. So I still won't have it complete, but I'll have these two rather big holes that are in the center removed. And I'm going to save and put with them the artist signature, which I actually cut in half, and the print number, and then the title, which is right here, of Morning Terrace 2. Morning Terrace 2. So I will be right back after I do that, and I'll show you the finished results. Okay, so I got them all done, and this is the finished results. Well, not quite on this one. I hadn't secured it all the way because I want to clean the glass. So I will be cleaning that in a moment, but I wanted to show you this. So I have this one here, and then I have this one here. And so I'm going to hang them on the wall kind of like that, with this one, which has the focal point right here. And I'm just going to kind of hang it up because I feel like each piece on its own is a very nice print. I really like the way this one turned out because it's kind of like got the seascape. I wish that the reflection didn't catch you so much, but you have the city here, and then the mountains, and then the ocean with the tree in front. And it's just a very nice, I like the way this one turned out a lot. I also like this because I just love the architecture here and the colors, but we're going to leave that alone until I clean it up. But that is basically it. It's pretty simple to do, and we kept that print from going in some landfill somewhere. I even saved some of this and some of the edge that I'll probably make a little bookmark out of for Isabel, since my daughter likes to read so much, and laminate it, and it'll be lovely. And that's pretty much it. And I hope you guys got something out of that, and that if you have some artwork somewhere that is damaged, that you don't throw it away, especially if it's something, you know, really sentimental to you. Just figure out something else to do with it. There's all sorts of ideas that you can make a collage, you could make bookmarks, anything. There's so many things you can do. Canvas is going to be a little different, and if I come across that, maybe we'll do something like that another time. So that is all I have, and have a great day.